Hey, girlfriend, you know who you are. You have big, big dreams. You want to write a book, stand on a TED Talk stage, be a life coach offering wisdom from your RV in Montana, a cafe in Barcelona, or a beach chair in Tulum. Your other girlfriends and your family, they don't always get your biz savvy. Why do you want to leave your JOB? Because you're a C.A.T.S, aka coach, author, thought leader, and speaker. Meet other change makers like yourself and find out how they make it happen. This is the Big Meow podcast.
Hello, cats. It's Kristen, and I'm here with Nicole Yeates. Hi, Nicole.
Good morning, Kristen. How are you going?
Awesome. Excellent. So you wrote a book, Holding On to Hope. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Holding On to Hope was written, basically, it's my journey from going from a prognosis of expect death or life in a vegetative state after a severe traumatic injury at the age of 16 from a motorcycle accident, through to where I am today. How I got there, that was basically, as well as an inspirational story, it's a resource for people with brain injury, with tools, strategies, and so forth to basically help to be their best self and reach their highest potential.
So share with us what happened. So what happened to you when you were 16?
So when I was 16, I had started work from when I was about 14. So I got my first tax return at 16. And it wasn't enough to buy a car, but it was enough to buy a motorcycle. And I was fiercely independent and driving to see my friends play basketball one night. It was a cold, rainy night, 19th of June, 1987. When the lights on my motorcycle just went out suddenly, I was hit by a car. It was hit and run. He dragged my young body along the cold, hard concrete for a couple of 100 meters and then dragged my motorcycle for over 1,000 meters. I died on the road. I was found by a nurse who did all the right things and happened to have oxygen in his car. So I died another 2 times in hospital, woke up unable to walk, talk, or move any part of my body. I was essentially in a vegetative state. And it was a long process of rehabilitation. And, my life purpose was to help people to reach their highest potential using their brains. And now I help people get brain fit.
Do you remember any part of that? People always want to know, when you die, did you have a near-death experience?
I most certainly did. I had 2. One when I was on the side of when I was in the middle of the road, I saw my father who died when I was 3. And I just saw him. I didn't speak or anything at that stage. It was just his presence basically telling me that I wasn't alone. And then when I got to hospital under the CAT scan, I died again. And that was my most vivid near-death experience. I saw Dad again. We spoke and I heard the voice of the higher being, whoever that may be. And basically I was told, it's not your time yet. You've got more to teach. But it was beautiful. I saw the yellow light. I saw, it was a beautiful, beautiful place that was tempting to go to because it was just so wonderful and peaceful and beautiful, it was. But
Wow.
I said to my father actually said, come on, sassafras. And apparently sassafras was a nickname he called me as a baby, but Mum had never told me that.
Aww.
And that was kind of my evidence when I did wake up that I saw something.
So you're in the hospital. The doctor doesn't think you're going to live. How many months were you in a coma in the hospital?
So the coma itself, like in true coma, it was a natural coma, not enforced or administered, was 3 weeks. And then I was semi-comatose for a little while, but essentially it was within 5 weeks that I was communicating. Initially, I couldn't talk, so I could move one hand, and my first communication was writing. So I I've got some scribbles, looks like about a 2-year-old writing. But some of the words you can kind of decipher. So yeah, that was the initial. The initial was writing, and then slowly my words came back, and in bits and pieces.
So you write about having a traumatic brain injury. How does that play out now over the span of the rest of your life?
Sure. So I have lifelong challenges as a result of the traumatic brain injury. Initially, I had epilepsy. That was for a few years. I actually did a lot of meditation and visualization to help heal my brain. And I haven't had a seizure in about 25 years now.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Memory issues continue to be an issue in life, but
I think that's all of us, though. I hate to tell you, Nicole. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm just teasing, but yeah.
To degrees, to degrees. I mean, the natural aging process means that our
Right.
memory can
Might be a
become
little collision
compromised.
going on.
But I've learned really, really good memory management strategies, and so it doesn't typically cause any issues in my life. My personality changed completely. So I went from a really shy 16-year-old who would go to a party and only talk to the people she knew because didn't have the confidence or to talk to anyone else, to who I am today, who talks to everyone and anyone, and
Wow.
much more outgoing. Huge
So
personality change,
I
which was a
love
real
that.
challenge for my friends and my family.
Yeah. So Retiink, what is that?
Retiink is a memory management app that I've developed specifically for people suffering mental health issues and memory issues and brain injury issues. So it's a resource basically to help manage memory. It's also got articles in there to help people, to educate people on what they can do for their brain health and memory. And it's also probably one of its most unique features is that you can actually add your support workers or carers into the app as well, so that they can see, and you can invite them into appointments through the app. If you rely on someone to take you to appointments, for example, for transport, it shows up on both your calendars and it auto-populates with Google. It's got memory brain training games in there. So yeah, it's an all-round resource for the brain.
So do you have a life philosophy that carries you forward?
Absolutely. Really, it's don't give up. It's that believing in yourself to have the power to go on. Really believe in yourself, because it's, at the end of the day, no one can teach you confidence. It's through basically just challenging yourself and stepping outside your comfort zone that you really can make a difference in your own life. So yeah, it's really about finding your neuro grit to never quit. That's what I say. Find your neuro grit to never quit. I've developed a bit of a resource for goals and etc. It's I want, I've got, I can, I do, I review. And
you have to say that again. Okay. I've got, I want,
got,
I can,
I plan, I do, I review.
Okay. Put something in that context. I kind of like that. I want to hear how that all works.
So, okay, I've got, well, I want, what do you want? And, why do you want it? So you're really digging deep into what you want, what you've got that you can actually help you transition to that place, whether it be a thing, action, resource, whatever it is. What resources do you actually have? What have you got? What strengths do you bring to the equation? What can I do right now? And I plan. So basically that's the actions. What actions are you going to plan to achieve that goal or your desired outcome? You do it. I do. and then review. So reviewing the process can give you tools and resources for future. It can also, there's no such thing as mistakes. They're just ways of learning how not to do things. So reviewing some of that to see how you might have been able to do things better gives that continuous improvement kind of philosophy as well.
So what's next for you, Nicole?
Well, I would love to take my message to the big stage and basically I'm a keynote speaker as well. So getting out there and spreading this message of brain health. Brain health is so critical to everything we do. And, things like Alzheimer's, for example, take years, sometimes decades before those memory issues actually become obvious. So that's a long time to change the course, to reduce our risks, really reach our highest potential while we've got all the cognitive functions that we need.
I agree. I mean, you're an amazing role model for that. So where can we find you?
www.holdingontohope.com.au. That's my website. Facebook, Holding On to Hope group. You can find me there as well.
Awesome. Nicole, thanks for being on the Big Meow.
My pleasure. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world. Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening to the Big Meow podcast, sponsored by C.A.T.S Network. If you liked what you heard, please take a moment to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. You can also join our network filled with positivity and possibility. Visit www.catsnetworking.com to join us and learn more, together with your magical, motivated, and mystical new friends at C.A.T.S Network. Let's transform 1 million lives with your message. Are you feeling isolated, sitting at home in your PJs? Or perhaps you're tired of the comfy sweatpants with holes in them that are hidden just below the camera? I mean, you could puke at the thought of another day of Zoom meetings and reporting to your BOSS. Do you want freedom from your home office desk or the office cubicle? Do you want freedom from your current career? Or are you frustrated that your online biz dreams are going nowhere? It's all too overwhelming. Where do you start? All the tech, the choices, and your message. Yep, I said your message, your brand, your voice. What is it? Do you even know what that means? Do you need a biz coach but don't want to invest the big bucks? Let's face it, being a solopreneur is lonely, but you don't have to do it alone. And here's a solution. Join C.A.T.S Network. C.A.T.S Network is a woman-only membership community exclusively available to you, the life coach or executive coach, the author, the thought leader, or the public speaker. If you identify with this list or want to work on adding some of these to your skill set, C.A.T.S is the place for you. Check us out at www.catsnetworking.com. That's C.A.T.S networking.com. Because let's face it, cats are better together.